Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say call Alayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right. Spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. All right. Following the apostles and the teachings of the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. All right. Presenting their body as a living sacrifice. All right, as the scriptures teach us to do. All right, shalom to them. Shalom is also to the very, very, and I do mean very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yarmaya from the Great Millstone Chicago camp. And I'm basically doing a sit down on something, you may hear the brothers, for the listeners out there, refer to as a speckled bird. It goes into the description of the Lord's heritage, being likened unto a speckled bird, meaning being likened unto other nations. And somebody I wanted to highlight, and there was something very spiritual that happened in the whole world. Even other so-called Edomites who are real Edomites, they know that this dude Mike Perry is an Israelite, and they always call him the N-word. And he always said he's a fighter. He's a mixed. He fought in the UFC. You could look him up, and you would just know he's a Jake. But he fought in the UFC. He fights in bare knuckle fighting right now. He's a veteran. But he's known for acting so-called black. Well, that's because he is one of us, He throws up the gang signs and shit. He's old crazy ass dude. Always hangs out with black jakes. But nevertheless, John Jones, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, Shalom Makim. Hey, let me know if you can hear me clear as well. John Jones, also, Shalom apostles of Akim elders, few sisters that may be watching. But John Jones, is the greatest fighter of all time, man. And it's no coincidence that he's a black man, a so-called black man. He's a Judite, a so-called black man with a beard, and an afro when he don't cut it off. But they was interviewing John Jones, and they asked him about Platinum Mike Perry. But they asked him about Stylebender, Israel Adesanya, all right, because he's from so-called Africa. And they asked him about this dude, Darukas, and he's an Edomite-looking fellow. He could be a Jake. I don't know, but the highlight is not on him. He could be an Edomite as well, but he's from a so-called white man, looking white man. He could be a Jake. But this so-called white man-looking dude, Darukas, and he asked him about Mike Perry. But it was two white boys who asked him, right? And they said, John Jones, they was interviewing him. And they said, John Jones, would you... He said, who would you think the best African fighter? The best, he said, they said, oh man, Shalom, Makiel, Bashim, Yahweh, Barakatah, Ukakadash, Barakatah. But they said, who do you think the best African fighter? They said Stylebender, Darukas, or Platinum Mike Perry. And John Jones responds, knowing that Mike Perry looks like a so-called white man, to these two other dudes who look like so-called white men. His response was the real nigger Mike Perry. And in real life, Mike Perry went and did this ancestry and talked to this other black Jake fighter, Tyron Woodley, and said, I found out I was 3% African. And that ancestry DNA, this all shit, some bullshit. The spirit bear record that we the sons of God, But this dude, he said, and I can say, and they clipped it because he said nigger, but he said, and I can say Shabbat Shalom. So, not only did that liken him to a so-called black man, but he likened being a so-called black man to an Israelite. He said, now that I found out I'm so-called African, which is bullshit, we're not black, we're African. We're not Salaki, we're not black or African, all right, or Negroes. Those are proverbs, bywords, and astonishments that was given to us in the land where the Lord driven us, as it says in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. That's why it also says, I will give you, I don't want to butcher it, but it goes into it. In Hosea, it said, well, you were called not a people. See, they took our heritage, man, and they made us nobody, so we don't even know that we're the Israelites, man. But our spirit bear record that we're the Israelites. Even the ones that don't look like us, And I wanted to get the scripture on it. I'm going to get this Matthew. All right, so not only did he liken it, what was deep was he knows that he's a so-called black man, but he said, now that I found out I'm black, I can say, and they clipped it, and it said Shabbat Shalom, nigga. It didn't say nigga, but it said Shabbat Shalom. And it had him saying that. Why did he equate being a so-called black man with being an Israelite? Because he understands what's going on. All right? Let me get the scripture real quick. All right, this is St. Matthew 3, Salaki. I said 3. This is St. Matthew 13 and 36. And this goes into the wheat, into the tares. All right? And it says, then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The fruit is the word, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world, meaning the end of this age. It says, and which began, pursuing the Hebrews, the first chapter, when Yahushua died. You know, that was the beginning of the end, when it died and rose again. That was the beginning of the end, and this is the end of the end. Hey, that's right, brother. Romans 8 and 16, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, and no doubt about that. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. That's why Psalms, the 82nd chapter, said, ye are gods. Salakia, but ye shall die like men. All right, it says the enemy, verse 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world. The end of the world, which the reapers are the angels. But look, I'm going to go back into this 38 verse. It said the field is the world, which is this earth. It says the seed are the children of the kingdom. The good seed, Salakia, are the children of the kingdom, which are the Israelites. And it says the tares are the children of the wicked one, the so-called Edomites. All right, which is the seed of Satan, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, he sowed the seed amongst us. He sowed the seeds amongst the other nations. You know, you also got people that's dark as me, the great brother Murphy. You know, they not ecstatic as charismatic as me, you know, because they not Israelites. But you got people as dark as me that they the forefather of damn Edomite. Hey, check case in point. This chick Hillary off Fresh Prince, she's supposed to be a so-called black woman that acted like a white woman and acted that role good because her father is an Edomite. All right, we're all mixed up. Oh, you got guys like this. I'm going to give you a different example, a third spectrum example. We know that Bob Marley is an Israelite, but his father looks like an Edomite. But his father is an Israelite because we know Bob Marley's spirit. We know the spirits of his sons. You know, because the seed is about the father. So it's all mixed up. That's why the Lord himself has to send the holy angels to tell who's who. And I'm going to get another example in the book of Revelations. This is the book of Revelations. And it's the 7th chapter. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's the 7th chapter. I gotta find it. This is Revelations 7 in verse. I'm gonna start at verse 9. And this John on the Isle of Patmos. All right, John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos. All right. It says this is Revelation 7 and 9. It said, a multitude in white robes. And it's talking about Jake that look like people of other nations. That's right. We got that swag that can't never possess. And that's why the white woman all over us, man. I mean, at least all over me. Hey, and this, And it's funny because I don't deal with Israelite women. I deal with Northern Kingdom women, but like I don't deal with black women at all right now. And we just gonna put that spirit of Eve going down with the serpent, man. Eve is finished. But nevertheless, I deal with a lot of women that's from other countries, and I meet them, here in Chicago, but they be from all over the world. And some of them, they might look Russian, they might Russian, some of them might be Asian, some of them might be Middle Eastern. And I hear the apostle of the Tahar saying, we from the Middle East, man. Shout out to the beloved elder apostle Tahar. But, and I'm in this spirit, we uploading this raw. And I be fucking with these chicks and I be like, damn, these bitches Keisha. Because our seed been over there. A lot of these bitches I fuck with from other places, or they look like the snow. And it'll be Keisha, man. Because our seed has been scattered. Or a lot of these dudes you run into, man, from over there, especially like a lot of these fighters and dudes you run into in the gym or in like nightclubs and shit, these dudes from the other side, you be like, man, this nigga's a Jake. But he might look like a Moabite or a Russian cat or something. These dudes our seed is scattered abroad, man. But this is an example of that, and this is how we gonna clear it up in the last days. Just precept on what we read in St. Matthew, the 13th chapter. This is Revelation 7 and 9. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, out of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, and stood before the throne. And behold, the Lamb clothed with white robe and palms in their hands. But you see, it said it came out of all kindreds and nations and tongues. All right? And it says, verse 10, it said, he cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders of the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worship Yahweh. So this is the Lord, all right? This is his entourage, all right? You got the holy angels. It says, saying, amen, blessed and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. I will alone. It says, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said, sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. So he said these were people, they appeared to be people from all different nations. Just like when you read the book of Acts. All right, and I think it's Acts the 2nd chapter. All right. Where they all met up for the feast. Okay, what happened? They spoke in tongues because they were Israelite men, and he named all different nations from all, and that was even back then. Hey, what did it say in James 1:1? What did it say in Peter? To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. But it says, these are they which made it out of great tribulation. What is great tribulation? Great tribulation is Jacob's trouble. So Jacob is going to be the people that make it through this trouble, even the ones that look like the other nations. So the people that are going to be making it are the Gentiles, all right, that may look like other nations. Hey, we were Gentiles before we came into this truth. Just like Paul said, what? He said, I am a Roman. I am a Chicagoan. But what did he say in Romans 9? I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, of the seed of Abraham. You can't get around that. Then you got physical Gentiles, physical Moabites, so-called Chinese, physical Edomites, self-proclaimed white people. These are their biblical names. This is not hate when we call these people that. It's forgery and it's lies and it's deception when they call themselves other names and they give us other names. But the Lord said that will happen to us. The Lord said that we will lose our heritage. The Lord said other people would steal our heritage. All right? I'm going to read verse 14 again. And he said unto me, sir, thou knowest. And I said unto him, Revelation 7:14, And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which made it out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. And that's why you got guys like Bruce Lee. Okay, he's an Israelite, but he looks like a Moabite. You got guys like this French Montana. His spirit is the spirit of Israelite, but he looked like an Ishmaelite. All right, you got Conor McGregor. He looks like a so-called, hey, that was our stuff. That was the Moors over there in Ireland, man. That's our seed over there, man. Look at guys like Conor McGregor. You know that dude's a nigga, man. He know he's a nigga. Smoking weed with all these rapping niggas in the studio acting a fool 2 weeks before a fight. Just look at his whole deal, man. You know? We the salt of the earth, man. You know, or even these black power jakes, right? Like case in point. These black power jakes mad at this football dude who's a speckled bird. And he left this black woman for a white woman. Hey, you so-called black power niggas hate when a so-called white man dates a black woman. But why are they hating her? Because they hate like shit. Look, they hate on black niggas, you know, when they get with the snow. They hated on him when he got with the snow and left the black woman. Because in their spirit, they know that dude's an Israelite. How about that? You have to know the mannerism of Jake to read these scriptures and really put us there. Don't nobody do this shit but niggas, man. You see? It's spiritual, man. It's like the elder apostle Tahar says, you got to filter all these things through the scriptures. I'm going to get a scripture real quick. And I might shut it down because the point is across. Our people been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And they know his spirit bear record. That's why I said my DNA test came back that I'm African. So I can say Nick, and it clipped and it had him saying Shabbat Shalom. Because the Lord scattered us, man. This is Baruch in the Apocrypha. It says, this is Baruch 4:4. It says, O Israel, happy are ye, for the things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known to us. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, be of good cheer, the memorial of Israel, and that's Zion. All right, the Lord's people. It said, ye were sold to the nations. That happened to us. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it said that we would be scattered throughout the nations in ships. And before that, we was in other captivities as well. We're in captivities to the Romans, to the Babylonians, to the Assyrians. That's why when you read this apocryphal right here, this gap between the Old Testament and the New Testament that the Elder Malcolm always talks about, you know, you understand the Hellenization period. All right, and why they was calling themselves Greeks in times like the book of Acts. Because we were always in captivity. Look what niggas was doing in Egypt. Look, Jake don't waste no time with the foolishness, man. That's why the scripture said this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Jake here right now doing the same madness. In the USA, under Satan's authority. This is Baruch 4:6. It said, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not unto Yahweh. All right? So we were sold to the nations, but the Lord is going to call us back. All right? Matter of fact, when you read the last verse, here it go, because we came back into this truth. This is a good point. I'm going to make this point. I'm going to cut it. This is Baruch 4:37. It says, lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. That's how we came back into this truth. Hey, going back in the 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, in the last couple verses. Thy sons come from the east. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 36. Baruch 4:36, it said, O Jerusalem, look toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered from the east to the west by the word of Yahweh. Salaki, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. So the Lord gave us this truth. The Lord gave us this truth. That's right, Mataz. Baruch 2 and 29. You will not hear my voice. Surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number amongst the nations while I will scatter them. And that's why, what do they call so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today? Even though we're the majority, they call us the minority. They refer to us as minorities, as a collective. That's how you know we're the children of Israel. All right, and we're the majority. The Lord said we're the sand of the sea, because you got the jakes that you can physically see, whether it be black, Latino, or Native American, which is consist of the northern and southern kingdom. And our people are, like I said, our Conor McGregor's out there, our Bruce Lee's, our Justin Timberlake's. You know, guys like that, all that blue-eyed soul, so to speak. You know, the Average White Band, Casey and the Sunshine Band. You know, it's always been a nigga in the hood, white folks. You know, white as hell, but he motherfucking BD, GD like a motherfucker. You know, white ass Latin King. Chicago is like that, and you know, and when you grow up like that, and you know, you come to the truth, you're like, damn, man, that nigga was Jake all the time, because you get the mystery. White ass niggas in the hood. All my uncles on my mama's side, they look like that, but my granddaddy is a Gadite, my grandma is an Irish lady on my mother's side, my great-grandparents, you know. So all the boys, they looked pale, but they was Jakes, you know. And they definitely went through the curses, 100%. But you know, I guess I got it, man. We scattered throughout the nations, man. Ate the water, Akim. You know, for y'all support. You know, Akim, elders, apostles, watching, tuning in. You know, the scriptures say, wherever two or three are gathered, then I am in the midst of them. So call out me, how Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that taught us this truth. All right. Shalom and salutation to the hopeful elect. Call out me, how about Shem Yahweh Shai, Shalom. Keep pushing.